Have you ever felt a place so old it speaks to you? Not in words, but in whispers carried on the wind? Today, we're journeying deep into the heart of Colorado, to a place where history hangs suspended in time, clinging to the side of sheer cliffs. This is Mesa Verde, and we're here to uncover the story of the lost spirits who once called these canyons home. For over 700 years, from around 600 to 1300 AD, a vibrant civilization thrived here. We call them the ancestral Puebloans. They weren't just survivors, they were master architects, skilled farmers, and artists. They began by building homes on the mesa tops, but as time went on, they did something extraordinary. They moved their entire communities into the natural alcoves of the canyon walls, creating some of the most stunning and inaccessible structures you can imagine. Imagine waking up every day with a 1,000-foot drop just outside your front door. These aren't just ruins. They're entire towns carved into the rock. Places like Cliff Palace, with its 150 rooms and 23 kivas, or Balcony House, which you can only reach by climbing a 32-foot ladder and crawling through a narrow tunnel. These were bustling communities, full of life, laughter, and ceremony. They were astronomers, tracking the sun and stars from their stone observatories. Their pottery was intricate, their farming techniques ingenious, adapting to a harsh, arid environment. They built a world here, a society that was complex, spiritual, and deeply connected to the land. Then, around the year 1300, something happened. They left. Not gradually, over generations, but seemingly all at once. Within the span of a single generation, Mesa Verde's bustling cliff dwellings fell silent. The hearths grew cold, the plazas emptied, and the whispers of a thriving culture were replaced by the sighing of the wind. This is the great mystery of Mesa Verde. Why did an entire civilization abandon the magnificent homes they had spent centuries building? It's a question that has haunted archaeologists, historians, and visitors for generations. When you walk through these silent cities, you can't help but feel it. It's as if they just packed a few belongings and walked away, expecting to return. But they never did. There are, of course, theories. The most prominent one points to a massive, prolonged drought that struck the region in the late 13th century. Tree ring data shows a period of severe environmental stress that would have made farming nearly impossible. Without corn, beans, and squash, their primary food sources, the society would have faced starvation. Perhaps the decision to leave wasn't a mystery at all, but a desperate act of survival. But the drought theory might not tell the whole story. Some researchers suggest social and political conflict played a major role. As resources dwindled, competition between villages could have intensified. Imagine the tension, the fear, the difficult decisions leaders had to make. Archaeological evidence in some nearby areas shows signs of violence around this time, suggesting a period of widespread unrest. Maybe it wasn't just the lack of rain that drove them away, but conflict from within and without. Then there's the spiritual side of the puzzle. The Pueblo people have a rich oral tradition, and their histories speak of great migrations, journeys guided by spiritual prophecy. For them, moving was a natural part of their cosmology, a way of following a destined path. It's possible that the departure from Mesa Verde wasn't seen as an abandonment, but as a fulfillment of a spiritual quest, a necessary next chapter in their people's story. They weren't vanishing. They were simply moving on, led by forces we may never fully understand. The modern-day Pueblo people, descendants of those who lived at Mesa Verde, view these places not as abandoned ruins, but as living, sacred, ancestral homes. For them, the spirits of their ancestors are still here. They didn't disappear, they simply migrated, and their descendants are the Hopi, Zuni, and the various Rio Grande Pueblo tribes of today. Their culture didn't die. It evolved and moved, carrying the legacy of Mesa Verde with it. So, what does it feel like to stand in these silent dwellings? It's profoundly humbling. When you place your hand on a stone wall, you're touching a brick that was shaped and laid by someone 800 years ago. You can see the handprints of children pressed into the mortar, a timeless mark of their existence. You can almost hear the echoes of their lives, the grinding of corn, the chanting from the kivas, the calls of children playing on the precipice of the world. The silence is the most powerful thing. It's a heavy, ancient silence, filled with unanswered questions. What were their final days here like? Was the decision to leave filled with sorrow or with hope for a better future? As you gaze out from a balcony across the vast, empty canyon, you feel like a guest in a home where the hosts have been gone for a very, very long time. The term lost spirits is romantic, but perhaps inaccurate. They weren't lost. They were survivors. They were a people who made a difficult choice in the face of incredible hardship, ensuring their culture would endure. The mystery of Mesa Verde isn't about a disappearance. It's about the resilience of the human spirit. It's a story of adaptation, of faith, and of a journey that continues to this day through their descendants. The cliffs hold their secrets close, and maybe some questions are meant to remain unanswered. It forces us to listen more closely, to feel more deeply, and to respect the profound connection between a people and their place in the world. Mesa Verde is more than just an archaeological site. It's a spiritual landscape, a testament to a magnificent culture, and a place where the past feels incredibly present. The spirits aren't lost. They're right here, whispering their story to anyone who is willing to listen. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of Mesa Verde. It's a place that truly stays with you. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the mysteries of our world. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Until next time, keep exploring.